Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back again. After a long time, yes, we are starting live streams again, and today we have a special guest with us from TimeGram. And TimeGram is a new deal. You can go and check out the link below in the description of the live stream. And we have Ehsan Elahi from TimeGram, who is the co-founder of TimeGram again. So, welcome, Ehsan.
Hey, thank you for the introduction, Ines. I'm excited to be here. And yeah, I would love to show you guys what TimeGram is capable of, what kind of use cases it fits, and answer any questions you might have.
Okay, sure. So we would like to proceed with first of all, what is your background? Is this your first product? What is the team behind, and your background and all, right? That's intro.
Sure. So this is my first product startup. I'm a marketing guy. I'm non-technical completely, but I've been working remotely since remote was really a thing. I started freelancing roughly 15, 16 years ago. And then for the last 7 years, I've been working exclusively for companies in the US, Europe, and Australia. So when working with these companies, with remote companies, I one common theme that emerged was everybody wanted me to use a time tracker. I think it was primarily because we are from this part of the world, like kind of underdeveloped nations. Um, but then when companies from the US, especially in Australia, hire us, they want something to keep an eye on, right? They want to see that their employees are actually working. But then the problem I kept facing was these time trackers, while it was compulsory from employers, they were all very invasive, right? They kept taking screenshots, they recorded my keystrokes. If I stepped away for a second, like it was idle time, like uh, it was pretty stressful as an employee. Eventually, as I went on to roles in senior management, I was asked to use the same kind of tools for my team. So on that side of the front, I wasn't using the trackers. My team was using it, and I was just monitoring the situation. So I saw these trackers from both sides of the spectrum. And I eventually realized that we need something better. We need something that is between those common start stop timers. So, like, I'm sure you might be familiar with all those tracking tools within project management tools. Like, if you use Jira or Asana or ClickUp or Trello, you have a start stop timer, right? You start working on a task, you hit play, you stop working, you hit stop. That just acts as stopwatch, right? You just see that this is the time that somebody spent working on the task, but you don't really know if actual work was being done that during that time. On the other side of the spectrum, we have those invasive tracking tools like that we just talked about, the ones that take screenshots and record keystrokes and kind of like kind of act like surveillance tools essentially. So we need something in between. We need a middle ground. That's what TimeGram is. That's why I built TimeGram. As with most products, I built this originally for the company I was working for at the time, and this is back in early last year. So that's why I started building TimeGram, and that's my background, and that's why I feel like I'm in a really good position to make this product succeed.
Okay, so yeah, so what is the team size and how much of you are as a co-founder inside this time?
So I am a bootstrap. This is a bootstrap company completely. I did not take funds from anybody. I was approached by a lot of VCs, private equity funds, but I figured I want total control this company. I want to run this company the way I want, and I figured I'd just bootstrap. I do have one co-founder, Iqbal, and he runs our marketing side of things. But yeah, other than that, I'm running this company by myself. For the team, I invested deeply in the best talent I could find. Rather than wasting time working with HR companies, etc., I just I approached people that I knew were awesome, that I knew were intelligent, and I knew were working in pretty great companies, and I poached them. I had to pay premium for these people, but I ended up building a great team. Right now, we're at a team size of 15. Uh, Out of those 15, majority are developers, full stack developers, and then we have some people in design, and the rest in QA. Sales is basically me, marketing is well. Yeah, that's what the team looks like right now.
Okay, so let's move ahead to TimeGram. What exactly it is and how it works, and I'm really curious about exactly what things are being tracked,
Mhm.
can be tracked with TimeGram, and how it impacts freelancers or employees, whatever.
Sure. Do you mind if I share my screen and just like show you
Yeah,
quickly
sure,
what
sure. You
TimeGram
can
is?
share. You can share.
Awesome. Let's wait a second. Let me know, let me know once you can see it.
Yeah, I can push it on a stream. Yeah. So your screen is now live.
Okay, awesome. So this is what a dashboard looks like. As you can see, I'm just clicking on the date range filter. This is a demo account that we sometimes use for sales demos. This is the main dashboard. This is where you see a bird's eye view of what your team is doing. So, for example, one of the managers, Iqbal, logged 7 hours on August 22nd. Uh, I set his, let's see, his weekly capacity. His weekly capacity is 30 hours, right? So if we assume 5 working days, and this is a customizable option, anybody can customize this. For this particular organization that I'm open, we set 5 working days as the work week. And 30 hours is this person's weekly capacity, which means 5 hours per day. So if we see this day, Iqbal, sorry, 6 hours per day. Iqbal logged 7 hours and 6 minutes, which means he was supposed to log 6 hours, but he logged 1 hour, 6 minutes overtime. We can see that. We can also see what percentage of his total capacity this is. Like this is the weekly capacity. We're looking at a week's view, August 21st to August 27th. And then if I want to go deeper, I can just click on Iqbal's and I can see exactly what he did that day. I can see his activity log. There were no tasks assigned to him for this period, but I can filter out and see exactly what Iqbal had been doing. If we look at some other person for more accurate view, we see this person logged during this date range, August 21st to 27th, they logged time during these 5 days, one of which was overtime. And this overtime was significant, 2 hours, 49 minutes. So, but yeah, I'm just like skipping some stuff. Let me take a step back and show you guys what we really do. So TimeGram has two components to it. We have the web dashboard that I just show you, this one, and then we have the desktop component, which is, we call this the highlights engine. This application tracks everything that I'm doing, right? And the way it works is, as you can see here, all data is private, only you can see it. Our approach is everything is being tracked. Everything that you do is being tracked. All the activities that you do, like if I spend 10 minutes on Facebook, this tab, this is going to get tracked. If I spend 5 minutes on Zoho Books, this is going to get tracked. If I spend 5 minutes opening Skype, this is going to get tracked. If I spend like 20 minutes on Windows Mail, it's going to get tracked. Everything's going to get tracked, but nobody's going to be able to see this. Only you see this until and unless you decide to log it into the system. Let's see how logging works, right? So if you can still see my screen, I went to the tracker tab and I went on add highlights. Let's see what I did today, this user did today. I can see everything that was done today and I can see complete details. For example, 9 minutes on Google Sheets. If I expand this, I can see exactly how much time I spent on each Google Sheet. So I have this complete data for everything that I did in front of the computer for today. So 58 minutes on Facebook, I can just like mark which of these activities were actually productive and which of these were personal stuff. So like in this instance, most of this, as you can see, is productive, like it's actual work. But maybe like, bikers club, this is not productive, right? This is not related to work. So I can skip this. What I'll do is I'll just select all and then I'll deselect this one. So you can see I have 57 minutes selected. And then I'll select tasks. These are tasks that you can create or your manager can create for you. This is just like any project management tool, right? I choose this task, building the army of the dead for whatever reason. And this is for today. I can actually log time yesterday and 2 days ago as well. And I hit save. That's it. Simple as that. This time is logged. Now your manager can see it. Now your employer can see it. Otherwise, nobody except you would have been able to see activities. Let's go back to the dashboard and see. You know, as you can see, September 12th, 57 minutes are now logged. Let's take a look. You can see here, 57 minutes are logged. We can assign tasks to this person and also exactly see what activities were logged here. So this is basically the dashboard and the tracker. If you're in work meetings, if you're not in front of the computer, you're in a conference room sitting with somebody having a physical meeting, you can just add manual time, right? You can add time. You can select the task where you want to log it. You can select the date. You can select start time, end time, and then description. Whenever you submit this, uh, an entry gets sent to your manager for approval. Once it's approved, it gets added to your log automatically. To make things easier for our users, we actually built a complete project management system within TimeGram. So this is a time tracker and a project management tool, which allows you to basically tie your time to actual tasks. So you can like basically tie your time to outcomes. So you can see here all the tasks that we have created. These are projects, and then if within each project we have tasks. So this project Actress work for the has like a ton of tasks. We can set due dates if we want. This is optional. We can set statuses. We can create custom statuses. We can create expected time. So just so you can compare, so like for example, if this task we're talking about this task, this was supposed to take 5 hours, but let's see how much this took. This has taken 5 hours and 53 minutes. So I know this task spent 53 minutes overtime. Now I can just see like, this is natural. This is a very small amount of overtime. But let's say if instead of 5 hours and 53 minutes, this task would have been like 10 hours, right? This would have been a red flag for me. I would have like approached the team member in question and asked them like what went wrong with this project and take corrective action. So yeah, you can set priorities on each task or any project. You can add team members, you can add teams, whatever you want. Like this works exactly like any project management tool. You have filters here. You can filter tasks by people. You can filter tasks by status, due date, priority. You can see completed. If you want to create a new project, you just go here. You put up the project name, put up the project description, and if it's a billable project, let's say you're working for a client or you're an agency, you can associate clients with projects, right? I just go to add new client and I add the client to this project. That way I will be able to track billable hours. So if I associate a client with this project and I spend 10 hours on this project on multiple tasks, and I say, let's say this client's billable rate is $30 an hour, I will see if I work 10 hours, revenue is $300. I can also add, let me just show you quickly here. If I go to any user here, let's take a look at this. I can also add cost rates for all of my users, right? So if this guy works 10 hours, I can see that this $400 were spent. And if the same person has spent 10 hours on multiple client projects and we're getting paid $50 an hour for those client projects, we can see in the revenue report that this guy made $500 and cost us $400. So $100 is profit. We have all of that within the system. So we have projects here. We create projects. If you want to add a new task, we just click new task within that project. We can add new tasks. Just hit the right button. That's it. And we have the team management here. We have users here. I just opened one previously, this one, just to show you guys how we can like configure all the user details. We can also add teams. We have one team here, marketing team. I can just like quickly add another team. Let's say QA team, right? I select a color for that, whatever. Like I like purple, and I select how many people I want to add to QA. Let's see. I'll add this guy and this guy to QA. That's it. Now, if I'm creating a new team, I have to select the team lead from the people I added. I can add myself as well here, and then I will select myself as the team lead here. I can also assign this team to projects directly if I want. So let's say I'm creating a new team and I already have a project to which I want to assign this team to. I can just select this if I want. I don't want it. I'll just hit create, and this team is now created. Now we have two teams, the QA team and the marketing team. The QA team, as you can see, has no projects here. Then we have invoices. So these invoices are generated completely automatically. So let's say I select a project. Mm, let's select TimeGram miscellaneous task. Okay. The client associated with this project is TimeGram. I can select the date range I want for this invoice. Like I want to invoice this client. In this example, TimeGram is the client. I want to invoice this client for work done between 1st of September and 11th of September, right? We did no work in this time period at all. But let's assume, let's take a different example. Let's take 1st August to 31st August. Maybe we did some work for this client. No, we haven't done any work for this client, which was billable. Like we want to look at tasks, we want to look at projects that were billable, right? Internal project. Let's see. So yeah, for this project, internal project, the client was Acturius, and we spent 6 hours working for this client. According to the billable rate that we set for this client, the invoice is $304. We just hit create. This is like automatically created. We hit create, the invoice is created. We download the PDF here. So sorry, this one. We download the PDF here. That's it. You can add as many details as you want to this invoice, but you get a PDF that will automatically calculated, and then you can just send it to the client and mark it as paid. Simple as that. Finally, we have the most interesting part of TimeGram. We have reports. So let's say I want to look at what this person did in the last 28 days. We're still like working out some kinks like in terms of speed optimization. So the report is going to take like 10-15 seconds to load. But in timesheets, you can see a complete view of what each person has been doing for whatever time period you select. So this person for the last 28 period, we have the internal billing rate here and the weekly capacity here. And we can see in this last 28 days, this person worked 91 hours. This person logged 91 hours and 55 hours were unlogged. As you can recall, these unlogged hours are something that I cannot see. This is just like I cannot see what activity was being done for these unlocked hours. I can just see the number. So I know this person was working, but I don't know what. For logged hours, I can actually see exactly what kind of thing they spend this time on. So from 28 days, they work 22 days, and we can see the complete details here. You can also see usage by apps and websites, where most of their time was spent. It's just a snapshot view. If you want to go deeper, like if you want to see exactly what this person was working on in detail, so actors.com, 34 hours, but we don't know the exact URLs this person worked on for actors. You can see that in a different report. We go to analytics and we see the apps and websites report. So if I wanted to see greater detail for the same person, what I'm going to do is I'll select the 28 days filter here. Gonna take a minute, sorry. Last 28 days, this is my entire team's work in the last 28 days, right? But if I want to see a specific person's work, let's see where does work here. Because we were previously taking a look at what she did in timesheets, so just like to dig deeper. For actress, she spent 51 hours, 34 hours, as you could see from the previous report, were logged, and 17 hours were unlogged. You can see more detail here. If you want to see exactly what she did for each task, we can also drill down there. For other reports, let's just go back and show you. We have the productivity report where you see a snapshot of team's performance. We have the revenue and cost report where you can see exactly how much you earned from each project and how much your resources cost you when working on those projects. Then we have a breakdown of time and activity on each project. All of these reports provide a conclusive view into anything you want, like pretty customizable here. One thing I forgot to show you, just to carry on the same example, we were looking at Varda's work. Let's just see exactly what she did. Let's take a look at where she spent most of her time. So this task has 17 hours log, right? Let's take a look. If you open this task, we can add description and notes. We have the activity log here. No activity was logged for this time period. Let's switch it up. Let's take a look at previous date period. Let's take a look at 1st July to 31st August, let's say. And we can see exactly how much time this person logged. Again, remember, these are the activities that were the logged in this task. The task was create support page. So I know exactly what activities went in to create the support page. 17 hours worth of work, and this is what she spent her time on. I have a complete breakdown. How much time she spent on Actress website, different pages, how much time she spent on just like general Chrome, how much time she spent on looking at icons, the Word document just to create the content, emails, etc. I can see literally everything that was done to complete this task, the task named create support page. And the great thing is, Varda felt comfortable logging this time because everything was being tracked. But at the end of the day, or at the end of 2 days, she could just like see, she could just select these activities and log it to this task, create support page task. It's as simple as that. And that's why our clients love it. This is like uh, a middle ground between those surveillance type tools and those start stop timers. So yeah, I know I like in the interest of time, I went really fast here, but this is what TimeGram is. I hope you liked it. Over to you, Ines.
Yeah, what I understood from your this presentation is you can see on screen it is a time tracking plus project management plus client portal plus
Yeah,
invoicing
yeah,
plus team reporting, and while doing all this, the team members privacy is already taken care of. And yeah, I would like to dive inside privacy more, that once activity is tracked inside the users or team members dashboard, until he logged it, it will not be displayed to any admin or like that, right?
exactly. Yes,
Okay, awesome. And I think this is very good. And I was always wondering, I've never had experience of such time tracking tool that you are talking about, that which are in the market. But I was already always wondering about it, that how does this work? If someone is doing anything and it's being tracked and recorded, let's say a screenshot. I saw some tool which takes screenshots after every 5 minutes automatically and
yeah,
send it
most of them do
to.
that. Yes,
So that's really user will be afraid to do any other thing that they
exactly.
don't want to be shared, right? That's the point.
Yeah,
Okay, so I think this caption I just created is exactly what I understood, and I just confirmed it with you. And let's move ahead to the comments. We have a few comments.
mm.
Hi Joginder. Mizanur Rahman with us. Hi Mizan, thank you for comments. Rana is here. Sujit is here. Lovesy, hi, and this one is from someone unknown.
This is a good question.
Yeah, so this is question, but I would request everyone who is commenting right now to allow Wave Video to show us your name so we can see who you are. We can go and see on Facebook, but that's not possible right now. So, Ehsan, you can read the question and reply it accordingly.
Sure. So, well, as soon as just said, I cannot see your name, but let me answer you frankly. The company is completely bootstrapped, and its financial strength is pretty reasonable in a sense because, like, when I started this business, I gathered enough capital that would last me several years, right? I was like completely safe because I was dead set on running this company myself. I have been approached by VCs, I've been approached by private equity firms to get funding. I've declined all offers until uh, until the company is in a position that you know I'm comfortable giving anybody a piece of the pie, so to say. So not VC funded. We have a pretty reasonable, pretty decent MRR, and we have no plans of shutting down at all. We're pretty stable. We have a good sized team. We have like 15 people now, as I mentioned in the beginning of this live chat. So yeah, that's in the interest of transparency. That's what I can tell you. If you have any other questions, just let me know.
Yeah, awesome. That was a very good reply. And yes, does it track every clicks or just websites we visited?
So it doesn't track clicks at all. It does have an idle tracker that you can customize based on the rules you want to set for your organization. Um, So it tracks if you're active or not. If you're like away or not doing anything at all for like 5 or 6 minutes, it will mark you as inactive. As long as you start working, it will mark you as active. Again, this setting is customizable. If you want to have a more relaxed environment at your organization, you can set the idle tracker to like 10 minutes or 8 minutes, whatever you want, right? So a lot of
Oh,
the rules, a lot of the rules in terms of activity management are customizable.
okay. It would be good if you can share in a minute by sharing your screen that how this how at what level customizations are available for these rules?
Yeah. So currently we don't have a UI for this customization. You would have to let us know, and then we'll change the database. We are developing a UI so users can do it from their end without us getting involved. But right now, they would have to ask us, unfortunately. So,
I think
but
your
yeah, we should
camera got
be.
off. Did you switch it off?
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. It just like stopped working all of a sudden. I'm sorry about that.
Okay. So we will move ahead to the next command. The client needs to be registered on website, or they can just have invited as guests to see the progress of the. Yeah, that's a really interesting question. Do they need
Yeah.
login, or it's something like report shared with it?
So yeah, this is a good question, and this is something that we're actively working on because other people have requested as well. Um, we do not have guest access right now. They would have to like you'd have to invite clients to the project, but you can. We have custom user roles. You can limit their access. You can show them. You can give them enough access so they can see whatever you want to show them only.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, Sujit is saying that was pretty short product demo. Yeah, actually, Sujit, while watching this demo, I was taking notes, which I shown as a caption. That these are the features, and actually everything was straightforward and to the point. So there was no place for interrupting from my side, right? By like asking anything, right? So that was really quick and fast. And yeah, we should keep it brief,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, how do I enable my profile?
So I would need a bit more clarification on that. Like, what do you mean? If you want to just like go and see what TimeGram is capable of, just go to timegram.io and you
Hmm.
can create a new user profile there.
Okay, I think this was about internal profile in inside the dashboard team. I think so that let's say I'm starting work, then how do I keep do it enable, right? So that's actually all activities recorded, and later I logged
Yeah.
my activities which I want to list. So actually there is no time tracker on or off, right?
Yeah. There, I mean, you can switch it on or off if you want, but there's no need because all data is private to you until you log it. But there's still an on and off option. Like you can close the tracker or like enable it if you want.
Okay, so let's move ahead and yeah, we have more comments. Thanks for explanation. Thank you. I okay, Mark, and we got your name. Okay, right now. Okay, thank you, Lovesy, for this. And yeah, that's all. We covered all the comments, I think. So, anything else you want to share, Ehsan?
Um, Not really, except that this is something that like a lot of our clients, the current ones, are software agencies. So we see a good deal of a great use case for software agencies because one of the biggest problems that software agencies face is estimating the time taken for projects.
Hmm.
So the way it works is if a client comes to you and asks you to build a feature and you're a software development agency, you scope it out, you break it into 10 components and you think, yeah, these 10 components are going to take 7 hours each. So I can do this feature, I can build this feature in 70 hours. And then you add a 30% buffer because software development always ends up taking more time than expected. You add a 30% buffer and then you tell the client that this is going to take 100 hours, right? And you build them accordingly. Let's say your billing rate is $30 an hour and you bill the client for $3,000 that way.
Hmm.
What really
Okay,
happens
awesome.
is,
What are you
in
saying?
reality, no,
Hmm.
sorry, I was just saying, what really happens is you build the client, you thought the project would take 70 hours, you build the client for 100 hours, but the project in reality takes 150 hours or 200 hours. And that's a very, very common scenario. So, right,
Hmm.
you end up losing, as an agency owner, you're going to end up losing money. And that is very painful for any business owner. What our current users do, the software agency owners, is they use TimeGram to track how much time their developers are actually spending on building a particular feature or building up a particular component, and then they use that time history, that data for future estimations. So let's if somebody asks them to build a front end, a UI for I don't know, UI dashboard for a time tracking application, they know that they've done the same task in the past in 10 hours, and they can estimate. They have this data with them, and they can provide future estimates to client based on that data. They can
Yes.
also take corrective action, like they're building a project and they're seeing their developers have already spent 100 hours on this project, and the client was built for 200 hours. So they know that they will need to either speed it up in order to complete the project on time, or make some fixes, make some adjustments to their current approach.
Okay, awesome. That was really that's a really good use case. And one thing I want to share that I was not expecting something like project and task management inside a time tracking tool. So that's a really good addition, and that really opens a lot of other use cases. Right, depends on person who is using. Okay.
Yeah,
So let's move ahead to the interesting part, and that's giveaway. We have collected all the names from the comment box, and yeah, we will pick a random winner here. We have more licenses for giveaway also, and that we'll be announcing inside the group, and task will be assigned for that also. But right now, here in the live stream, we will be picking up one random winner. I don't know who the lucky one will be, but yes, let me make it clear that just to ignore spam that we experienced in past, we may be in need of a video call with a winner before giving them prize, to just check that you are a real person and not making up some fake profiles, right? Okay, so we have about six participants. Yeah, six. So Ehsan, I'll just hit the spin button and let's see the who the winner is, right?
sure.
Wow. The winner is Mark Melwani. And actually, the VC question was from him.
Yeah,
Mark, congratulations on this. And you are the winner of TimeGram Tier 1 license. And you can reach me out for that. And we'll do the needful, right? Okay. So
absolutely.
thank you, Ehsan, for your this precious time with us and demonstrating us what TimeGram is and how it works.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, Nas, and congratulations, Mark. If you have any questions at all, just feel free to reach me out at ehsan@timegram.io.
Awesome, awesome. So people are congratulating Mark. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining and see you in the next stream. We'll be soon again live with one more exciting tool in front of you. Thank you for
Yeah,
joining.
thank you.